Hi, Chris, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice to meet you, Chris.
Nice to meet you.
Get in okay today? Take a class?
Yeah. Drove here.
Okay, cool. So you're in for an assessment today. I'm just going to get you to sit on the mat. We're just going to go through a couple of things really quickly. First of all, any exercise history? Do you exercise regularly? How often do you get to the gym, or do you get to the gym at all?
I do. I get to the gym about 3 times a week.
3 times a week?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Have you ever worked with a trainer before? Have you ever worked with a consultant before?
No.
Okay, so this is probably going to be a fairly new experience for you today. I know you don't know what you're doing. I'm going to take my time and make sure that I explain things as well as I can. First things first, though, it's my understanding that you filled out a Part Q, you had your heart rate, blood pressure, and everything.
Yeah.
Okay, and everything's good with that. No injury history, anything like that?
No, all good.
Okay, no medical history, family issues that we need to worry about in terms of medical history?
No.
Perfect. So today what I'd like to do is we're just going to conduct a pretty straightforward assessment. We're looking at your core endurance, okay? And the reason I'm going to sit on that is because I'm going to go through the actual test with you before we complete the test so you know exactly what you're doing. Now the reason I'm testing your core endurance is because if you have poor core endurance, it could lead to low back pain in the future. And that's something obviously we want to try and avoid. And also it could lead to a lot of other problems in terms of posture, which would lead to more muscle imbalance. It could lead to a lot more pain. So if we can evaluate your core endurance and at least find out if it's something we need to focus more on, that's a good starting point for us. Perfect. Do you have any questions before we start? So, at any time, don't hesitate to ask if there's something you don't understand, if there's something that you need to explain better. Okay? I'm just going to demonstrate really quickly what we're going to do, and then I'll explain things. Okay? So I'll just show you without talking about it, just so you can kind of see my body positioning. Obviously, you're going to be using the mat, but so I'm assuming you did a bit of a warm-up. If not, we'll go through it. But the warm-up's going to be important because it's going to get your muscles a little bit ready for what we're about to do. Now, what I just showed you was a fairly well done, almost a 4 repetition or a set of repetitions of the endurance assessment that I'm going to conduct on you. Now, real simply, your feet should be narrow, but not touching. Okay, if they're touching, you tend to rely on them too much, so we're going to avoid that. So feet should be flat, narrow, but not touching. We want to get our knees at approximately 90 degrees. And when we perform our repetition, we want to make sure we keep our hands on our shoulders at all times. Okay? And we want to make sure we keep our feet in contact with the ground. Okay? Now you're going to do as many sit-ups as you can in 30 seconds. Okay? Now I'm not going to count them if your feet come off the ground. Okay? I'm also not going to count them if your hands come off your shoulders, or if you don't go all the way up and all the way down. So 3 things I'm looking for. I'm looking for your feet, I'm looking for your hands, and I'm looking for the range of motion. Make sure you go through full range of motion. Okay. So if I can get you, sorry, go ahead.
Can my toes come off? Or
your toes can come off, but if your feet travel on the floor at all, then I'm not going to count. Okay. It's as many as you can do, so you can go as quick as you want, but remember that if your feet lift off or they slide, it doesn't count. If you can't control your hands, it doesn't count. Or if you don't go all the way up and all the way down, it doesn't count. Okay. So I'm going to get you to just do 1 or 2 really quickly and see if you have any questions. Yep, cross over top, good. Good. Try and keep your feet a little more stable. Try one more for me. Perfect. Okay. So like I said, it's 30 seconds. You're going to do as many as you can. If you want to do really, really well, the best score, you get about 1 a second, so 30 in 30 seconds. It's a lot, I know. It's really hard to get. It's really hard to get, but that's the excellent score if we're looking for the best score. Okay. So whenever you're ready, I'll count you down from 3. You good to go?
Yeah.
Any questions? 3, 2, 1, go. Keep the feet down. Keep the feet down. Good. Keep the feet down. Good job. Good job. Good job. Keep the hands on the shoulders. Better. 5 more seconds. Good. So you got 20 sit-ups. I know it's tough. Can you sit up for me without falling over? So you did very well. You achieved about a good score, and that's nothing to be ashamed of. So that means your core endurance is fairly strong. We don't have to worry about any low back pain, but we will focus on some core exercise during the program. So, do you have any questions for me?
Not at all. Thank you.
Thanks. Nice to meet you.
See you soon.
Take care.
You too.